Excellent, like really good, really good. The key thing for me, going back to one of the earlier questions about what is innovation, it does two things. It shows an impact, as I said, it shows progress, but it also has the power to move, so it has an emotional aspect to it. And I was left with a sense of there are a number of things that I left having read them all thinking, God, I wish I'd done that.
I think there's two things that stood out for me. One, the really kind of global nature of entries, but the fact that they come from, in some cases, kind of non-marketing backgrounds or organisations. So the kind of Peruvian university's entry, really interesting, kind of using its technology as a showcase for what it kind of stands for, as well as the kind of obvious brands that you would expect. I think what stood out for me, more even so than last year's awards, was brands striving to do good, and I think that's kind of represented by the fact that I'm really happy that as judges we kind of awarded the Grand Prix to the Vodafone project, because it was kind of my personal favourite.
So overall, I think the trends that we're seeing coming through here are brands that are really pushing the parameters in terms of what the brand stands for and how that brand can bring solutions to some of the world's biggest problems. They're bringing solutions to the table that are not just from the brand or from their agency, but it also incorporates innovation that's coming from other third parties, whether that be startups or other innovators. And we're seeing ideas that are truly scalable and are potentially quite disruptive.
Interestingly, I didn't really see trends. It was quite a diverse bunch, both geographically, culturally. There were some products, there were services, there were profit and non-for-profit. So it was very, very diverse. I thought perhaps that it would be dominated by technology, and I was expecting that to be one of the themes, but I was surprised and I think delighted that actually for every innovation and every study or case study that was about technology at its heart, there was another one that wasn't.
So when it comes to defining innovation, I really love the Steve Jobs quote, which is, innovation is ideas that ship. For me, it's about not just brilliant ideas, but about ideas that are truly scalable. We want to see things that can have a profound impact on the brand, on our world, and on the people that we serve. And what we saw here tonight were exactly that.
I mean, there's a huge amount of noise, and there's a huge amount of noise about all sorts of things in life, some of it by brands, some of it delivered by individuals, all of it kind of delivered into kind of the platforms that we all inhabit. And I think brands have to work even harder than ever to kind of drive interest. And so I think that's causing two types of innovation. There's a real need to do something new so consumers react to it and it creates buzz, and that is definitely innovation. And for me, I kind of call that kind of single-use innovation. What I think is more important is kind of sustained innovation. So how you do something that is going to, even in a very incremental way, forever kind of change your business to kind of make, to kind of give you a sense of progress or change, or that you're heading towards a goal, rather than just simply doing stuff that kind of burns really bright and then fizzles out.
To be frank, when I started judging and reading the awards, I wasn't quite sure how I would define innovation, because it means different things to different people. But it became clear as I was working through them that one thing that was consistent was a sense of progress. That a brand or a product or a service or a movement had taken what they were doing from a point here to a point over there. It wasn't necessarily about scale or speed or size, so there's no quantum in it. But it was really about seeing movement and progression. That's how I ended up defining innovation, certainly for the purpose of these awards.